Okay, live on Facey. Welcome back to Wellness Conversations, the Woo-Woo series. So for all of you out there in Spiritual Events Directory land, let's welcome Karina Francois, modern medicine woman.
Hello.
Into the space, and Margie Ioannidis, alchemist healer.
Hello.
Welcome back, ladies. Absolutely always love having you two on the show. We always have a lot of fun. And Spiritual Events Directory audience, we're going to do it a little bit differently tonight, okay? We've got Margie called it, what did you call it, Margie? It's a little bit like bingo, or it's a little bit like
I like an auction, yeah. I'll take number 1, I'll take number 3, I'll take number 4.
So ladies, this is how you're going to, we really are going to try and ensure that everybody gets one, but what you get is going to be different depending on what number you pick. So pick a number between 1 and 100 and pop it into the comments, and as we go, we shall flow and you shall get whatever you get. I've got a fabulous board telling me, what that number is going to entitle you to, but it's all a big bunch of gifts. So Margie and Karina are coming into the space to talk about a fantastic new program that the two of them have created. There's always that kind of, interaction with energy, but let's just keep it simple, ladies. Karina is a naturopath, all about the body and the cells, and Margie is all about the energies. The two of them have come together, and it's called the Embodiment Care Package. So if we start with you, Karina, and you can give us some insight into what is embodiment and how does it affect us on that cellular level if we are not in our bodies?
So sure. So the component of embodiment that I take part in is all about the cells, and it's all about the emotions. So, we look at the cells, the emotions, and the spirituality when we run the program. So the cellular part and the emotional part is all about committing to self. So, it's easy enough to teach nutrition and the things that are in line with our cells and what's good for our body, but committing to that is another level.
Yes.
So I've always run mind body programs, and in this embodiment program, I not only share, what supports our cells, but also how do our emotions interfere with our self-commitment. And, we look at the brain, we look at past trauma, and, it's all practical tools that I bring into the space. So, it's about teaching the nutrition, but it's also about committing to that as well. So that's that's what my role in that embodiment is. And being an embodiment is all about your past, it's all about the present, and it's all about the potential for the future. And making sure that we look at where we've been and where we're at and where we're going all plays a role in that self-commitment, and it all brings us back into making choices in the moment rather than being reactive to the past or being fearful of the future. And that's what it's about.
I love it. And Margie, so you're going to come in with what does that mean on that energetic level, that spiritual level?
Energetically, well, our body is like a magnet. So wherever we go, we're perceiving other people's feelings, thoughts, and emotions. Yeah. And a lot of the times what happens is energetically, we tend to make it our own. We then stuff it into our nervous system, and then we stuff it into our bodies, and then we usually go back to a past with this particular thoughts, feeling, and emotion process. So energetically, what happens is that our body then carries those thoughts, feelings, and emotions from others, but then magnifies whatever maybe you haven't dealt with in the past, or maybe you have dealt with it, but in a way of, I suppose I talk about it in a way of how you can actually see how far you've come from it. So it's not about me removing anything, it's about energies, attachments. Our body picks up and has holds of attachments, entities that walk around on our earth. So we go into that, contracts. So all that is, it's about embodiment for me on that energetic level is about not embracing it all, but it's all of that. And how can we actually work with it, not against it?
Yes.
And you've already done one, which was absolutely fantastic. And so tonight, to our audience in Spiritual Events Directory Land, we are offering one of the gifts will be a link to this fantastic embodiment care package that Karina and Margie have created, and you'll be able to, depending on what number you pick, you'll be able to get access to that. I think it went for about an hour, didn't it, ladies?
Yeah, it's an hour call. Yeah.
And it was full of gems. So typically, you know, in these calls, they're getting, you are giving them all sorts of ways to get to what is holding them back from being in the present and really feeling and being at their optimum.
Yes. That's correct. Yes.
Lots of healings, lots of clearings. Okay, we're going to talk much more about this, ladies, as the hour unfolds, but I want to see what numbers everybody is. Okay. Well, here we go. Now, Jody, I've got Jody straight off the bat here, who's picked the number 8, which is nice and easy, Jody. And I'll also come back, we can also come back a little bit later too and give you a little bit more insight into that. But the number 8 on my secret board is actually a numerology reading, your life path and birth date. It's a report. You just have to message me for that one, okay? So at Michele Scott on air, if you message me, I'll need your full date of birth to work that one out for you. So you'll get that, Jody Boylan, you get that after the event if you message me. Who else do we have? So pick a number, ladies, between 1 and 100. It then comes back to any number between 1 and 9. I'll work it out so that it'll come back. In numerology, we always add the numbers together until we're left with one digit between 1 and 9. So you're going to get a little bit of a reading later on from me about those particular numbers, but I've got a whole board of gifts. So pick a number. Oh, okay, Tracy Hazel, number 13, 1 + 3 = 4. That's a body reading, ladies. So
okay.
Very apt.
You go, Karina, you do it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, we have these beautiful, amazing magical herb oracle cards, which I love using. Being a herbalist and all, when I found these cards, I was just so excited. The card that I pick for you is Elecampane. So it's all about, this particular card, so Elecampane is a particular herb that is for the immune system. So I like to use this tonic for immunity. And it's quite interesting with what's going on at the moment. So, you know, take care of your immune system. You know, make sure that you're eating well, that you're exercising, you're drinking lots of water, you're having your vitamin C, your zinc, your vitamin D, all those important things for immunity, particularly right now. We know that, you know, it's important to maintain our immune system rather than being fearful of catching something. You know, maintaining our cells and maintaining our immunity, I think, is, you know, paramount in these, you know, uncertain times. So Elecampane's a beautiful herb, and like I said, I use it in immune tonics. So the message for you is take care of your immune system, and that may mean, you know, improving your diet, incorporating, you know, broths, all sorts of nutritious foods into your body, and like I said, rest, water, and also, you know, making sure you're getting enough sleep, and quietening the mind is just as important for the immune system, because when you're in fight flight response, it can affect your immune system, and that's part of what we do in embodiment as well. We talk about the fight flight response and how it affects, you know, all of our, you know, systems, particularly our immune system. So
wonderful. Awesome. Thank you, Karina. And then we've got now V has picked number 7. So let me just I wish I had a wheel. That'd be great. I'll have to work on that. Get a wheel.
Yeah. Next one, Michele, make sure you have one.
Yeah, number 7 for V, VEE. That's a very unusual and lovely name. And that is Margie, that's pick a card. It's Heal Yourself by Inna Segal. So that's you.
Okay. All right. What was the lady's name?
V.
Oh, V. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hi, V. All right. Okay, so all right. So Say What You Mean has come up. 2 cards came out. and take off your mask. So, all right, I feel restriction all around the top part of the body as well. So something you're reacting to, something that you're not saying. It's really important now for your body, around your throat chakra, also around your ears, something you're not listening to. Make sure that if you've got something to say, it's the right time to say it, is what I'm getting right now. It'll help also with around the throat area. I don't know if there's something that you're holding on to that you for a while now that you'd like to get it out of your body, and you're uncertain what the reaction's going to be. Everything's the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing's the opposite of what it appears to be. A lot of the time the ego does a lot of chit chat. So V, just say what you have to say, because what happens is when you actually do, you're opening up new possibilities. The body starts to relax and different types of opportunities come through for you. It's like you're very clever, you're very, very smart, and you know what's true for you. So, and you know what's a lie for you. But sometimes it's like you just shove it down and go, oh, I'll deal with it later. Taking off your mask is exactly that. It's okay to be you. It's okay to start liking you a little bit more and embody all of that. It's okay to have little flaws that you might not like about yourself. It's not about what you don't like about yourself. You're afraid what others might not like about you. So, lots of different opportunities coming through. As the time goes on, it's like you can create some space. And it's also, they're saying, don't worry so much about the money. So I'm not sure what's going on there. They've just thrown that in. So take your mask off, be true who you want to be, because it's okay. It'll be better for your body. And also make sure you say what you've got to say, because when you actually say it, life will be a lot more easier and you'll start to do it a lot more. I hope that makes sense.
Excellent. I love it. Woo-hoo. Okay, so who have we got? Number 3 for Alison. Now, ladies, a couple of you are asking. Thank you for joining us. We love having you each and every week on Wellness Conversations, the Woo Woo series. It's brought to you by our wellness community. So we'd love you to join us in that space as well. And I've also put the links to Karina, Modern Medicine Woman, and Margie, Ioannidis as well, Spiritess Journey. All of our communities, like Spiritual Events Directory, are absolutely here to support you, guide you, help you connect, help you get that sense of belonging, and particularly during these unknown times. So thank you for joining us. We've got a great almost 40 ladies joining us, which is awesome.
Welcome, everybody.
Yay. And what you need to do, ladies, is just pick a number between 1 and 100 and pop it into the comments, and we will get to you. If not within the hour, you'll get a reading. I'll come back afterwards and fill you in. So we've got number 3. Karina, if you can pull another Magical Herb Oracle card for Alison.
Okay, here we go, Alison. How are you today? Oh,
I like that. Whoa, when we see the cats. Woo.
So, Alison, I've pulled Mugwort. So it's the Freedom card, and I know it's a body reading, but my feeling is that you're feeling a little bit trapped at the moment, which I guess maybe a lot of people are. Mugwort is something that I tend to use not only in herbal tonics, but also in clearings, so spiritual clearings, in that, there may be some negativity around you that's making you feel a little bit trapped. When we feel that way, it can really affect our body. It can affect all of the cells. We can feel really, really trapped in our body and feel quite sick, maybe headaches, things like that. You can feel like a bit of compression and so on. So, it is a beautiful herb to use. You can have it as a tea, but I would actually probably entertain the thought of, where are you feeling trapped? And I feel that will help support your body a lot more, and, releasing whatever it is that's making you feel that way. Even though we are within these uncertain times and we are restricted in, so many ways, we still have choice within those restrictions, and we can still make, a lot of decisions within you know, our lives within our own household and within our own work and so on. So, you know, maybe have a think about how you can be more creative during these times so you don't feel so trapped, and yeah, explore that. So I think that perhaps is a card for a lot of people right now.
Yeah, I was going to say that too at the beginning of our session. You know, ladies, whenever we come into the space, and although we may be reading for that particular person, honestly, if you came in on that reading, there's a message in that for you too.
Yeah.
So, Michaela Jones, hi, hoping you're drawn to me. I see 13 and 33 all day, every day. We've done a reading for the number 13. We might do 33, and 3 plus 3 equals 6. And that's actually going to be, Michaela, that is the link to the embodiment video, the call that Margie and Karina have created. It's full of, so ladies, just an example of, you know, do you need feedback from the ladies, or, you know, everything's contained in that video?
Pretty much everything's contained. Well, everything's contained in that video. What we did that night was we came in and we just talked about the body and you know, the flight and fight response, the nervous system, attachments. I did some clearings. I'm an access bars and access consciousness, you know, practitioner, facilitator, and
as well as Reiki master, forensic healer,
everything I do. So there's lots of healing clearings in there as well. So, you know, there's clearings also that we did there, and we also explained about the embodiment package near the end of the call.
Wonderful.
And that one we did also advertise, the last one we did, but we do also have another one. So message either Karina or myself, or hop on to one of our communities, and we're happy to give you the link from there. So whichever's
wonderful. Yeah. And I wonder now then, Margie, just so for Michaela, if maybe we do 3 plus 3 equals 6, you know, 6 is all about, which I know Margie's going to love this, 6 is all about learning how to judge without being judgmental. Number 6, you know, has, it's all about standards and expectations with the number 6, and the number 6 needs to constantly revisit that. Otherwise, there's a lot of disappointment, unnecessary disappointment, because standards are too high, expectations are unrealistic. So maybe a little clearing for that, Margie.
Sure. I use, I say this saying, which is really weird. If anyone wants to know, it's clearingstatement.com. It's explained really well. I say right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, or 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So anywhere that you might be feeling stifled, having many judgments, let's uncreate and destroy all that times a gazillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, or 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Anywhere that you might be feeling there's unworthiness and you're not in your flow, let's uncreate and destroy all that times a gazillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, or 9 shots, boys and beyonds. And anywhere that you don't have a belief system that you can create greater than what you've already created, or maybe have stopped creating, let's uncreate and destroy all that times a gazillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, or 9 shots, boys and beyonds. And hopefully everyone's going, what the hell did she just say? What is that? It dissipates all the stress and the worry that goes on in the frontal lobe, our little ego, a little chat tells us that we're wrong, instead of actually listening to the vehicle that you're in, because your body never lies, doesn't judge you, doesn't have a point of view.
And what I love about coming for a bar's healing, Margie, is that there's 32 points on the head. Each point on the head not only kind of connects with a particular part of the brain, but also a particular part of me, a particular part of my life. And whenever you are in that space, you are clearing, healing, and it gets back to what Karina was saying, you're getting rid of trauma. You're getting rid of whatever is stored there, sometimes unconsciously. Sometimes we're aware of the pain.
Yes, we are.
And sometimes we're not.
You
know, and then who knows what happens. But after that clearing, we come out, you know, absolutely released. Something is released.
Present.
It helps you become aware, and the mind, the chatter just sort of slows down a bit. It's like when you're learning to meditate. It doesn't stop talking, does it, when you start to begin? And, you know, the points on the outside, it's amazing what our body, how it's made up. And, you know, it's like these little thoughts, feelings and emotions on the outside of the head that we just place our hands, you know, like implant bands, money, creativity, healing, joy, sexuality, all those things. And you
Yes.
will know yourself, Michele, you can't, and you'll be chatting about something and I'm like, I think about the third or fourth time. I said, it's funny that you're doing that,
Yes,
because I've got my points. Yeah, I've got those points. So,
as far as I was aware, you know, in that session of being healed by you, I was just talking through whatever was sort of coming up and, you know, what I was going through. And then you said, actually, I'm in that part of the brain that's all about, you know, the vision for the future. I'm actually in that part of the brain that's all about.
It was. Yeah.
You know? It was
that's the beauty of it too, because it's been scientifically proven. So, like, a neurosurgeon has done a lot of testing on it, because he couldn't believe how the brain just, he went, no, I've got to get more in depth in this. This can't be happening. So it's really cool. And
it's the same with you, Karina. I know, you know, speaking to you, that you've always said, you know, in clinic you can actually tell, because we've also done iridology readings with you on the Woo Woo show as well, and you can tell from looking in the eyes. You can tell from, you know, really at the moment they sort of walk into the clinic, but when they sit down and start telling you what they're feeling, you can already get insight into where they're at, or how, the physical is already giving you insight into the emotional and the spiritual.
And it's, you know, it crosses over, the emotional and the physical, they cross over. But, you know, the beauty of the brain, it's really plastic. So, you know, even though trauma can make us hypersensitive, like I've noticed a lot of people right now are reacting a lot to what's going on. And the reaction is more about what's happened to them in the past and what actually is happening right now. But we can bring the brain back to, you know, mindfulness, to the moment, to the now. Lots of different practical tools that I teach, that Margaret teaches. I'm sure you teach a lot of that sort of stuff too, Michele, where we can, you know, really bring that trust back in. So moving away from fear to trust is really important. And the brain, you know, can become less sensitive and can become more present. And it's so important to have that presence for our, you know, cells to all be functioning properly. So, you know, what goes on in our mind doesn't escape the body, and what goes on in the body doesn't escape the mind. So
I love that.
It's so important to
have
that, you know, and with the understanding that the brain is quite plastic, then, you know, it's quite exciting that we can truly heal from you know, trauma.
It's not, we're not locked in. We might be in lockdown, but we're not locked into that.
Exactly right.
That's right. So we can heal through herbs.
Awesome.
We can heal through foods. We can heal through, you know, so many ways. So it's exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting. So, Margie, we've got Bailey, and Bailey has been seeing lots of ones and lots of fours. So she wants to go for either 1 or 4. We're going to go number 1, Bailey, on my very special board, and that's pick a card from the Divine Feminine, and that's Margie.
Okay.
Yippee.
Let's go, Bailey. What a gentle energy. She's a very gentle energy. I don't know if she sees that within herself, though, but very gentle energy. Okay. Okay. So you have, I cannot name this goddess, right, from the feminine. I'm sorry. I'll show you the photo, though. She's very, very pretty and very feminine and very in touch with who she chooses to be, this goddess. And I'm my own guru, and I know the self that never changes. So it's about that inner knowing of who you choose to be right now. Also know that you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm like, I don't know if there's anyone that's that you're close to that's passed over. There's like this beautiful light energy around, or it could even be a guide of some sort, or someone that you talk to is very much around. There's this energy that is just light, and also you can communicate really well. I don't know if there's some spiritualism or you dabble in that type of, you know, down that road. And if you don't, maybe you should have a good look at it, because you sort of know, your body knows answers, or you know things before they happen. And it's something that you've got to really start to look within, that you've got all those answers inside. And also it's that don't ever change to suit or fit anybody else. Always keep being yourself. you don't need to fit in anywhere, is what they're saying. And this time of space or isolation, or I'm unsure if you're working or not, I'm not sort of getting anything of that, but what I'm sort of getting pictures of is that it's time for change, it's time for newness. You've asked, you're just uncertain where, when, why, who. I cannot tell you what you can and can't do. You know what you can do, so just choose it, because whatever you put your hand to right now, there's a lot of space that's been created that you can just do it. And yeah, I don't know, has someone passed on? There's a beautiful light, feminine energy, a light energy, but very much around you. So I don't know if you know of your guides or if there is someone, but there is someone definitely present.
That's awesome.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Margie.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
Thank you so much.
She's actually saying that she's already doing work with that.
Ah, there you go.
Wonderful.
Keep going.
I'm having, I don't know why,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why, there's always technical issues. I don't know why suddenly I'm replying in a different, my wellbeing the wellbeing workshops is coming up. So anyway,
Some beautiful chaos.
If you see me looking down, ladies, I'm, feverishly trying to, work it all out here for the ladies. And, we thought it'd be fun actually, because it's all about embodiment. It's all about being in your body, in the present, and, therein the gift, lady. The gift is in the present. But we thought, this edition of Wellness Conversations is all about the woo-woo, and we thought we'd talk about some out-of-body experiences. And I said, Margie, you said that you had one.
Yes. Oh, yes, I do remember it. It was so weird. It's like I was in bed, and I just remember it was like I was floating up, and it was high. And I remember looking at Paul, my husband, and he was facing his back to me. And It's like I could see his tattoo, and it's like, oh my God. So as soon as I saw him and I saw myself lifting up, I sort of started to freak a little bit, because I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? It was a very time of my life where there was lots of changes going on in my body, and lots of things were happening on the outside of my world, lots of thoughts, feelings and emotions and things that were thrown at me that I just didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. And I remember asking a question as I, what am I meant to do? I can't even remember, but I remember looking at him, and I actually thought, no, I don't want to go to the light. What is going on? What's happening? And then I could see him turn around, and I could just see everything he was doing in his sleep. And then I just got this, it wasn't like a white light, but there was this voice or this energy of just saying, your job is not done. Keep working on you and not worrying about working on others, because the moment you work on yourself, then the right energy will come through. And that was huge. And then all of a sudden I remember just waking up with this, oh my God, I'm alive, I'm fine. And I remember telling Paul about it. I said, I saw you. I said, you were talking in your sleep, and you were, you know, rolled over. And he goes, really? And he goes, I sort of, because I remember when he looked, he sort of woke up and sort of looked at me. He said, you just looked dead asleep. I go, well, I don't know what was going on. But that was huge for me. Huge.
Love it. Yes,
huge.
yes.
That was one. Yeah.
You had one too, Karina. Was it similar?
I did have one. So it was in my first marriage, and I wasn't very happy, and there was a lot of stuff going on at the time. And I remember it was a similar thing to Margie. I was in my sleep, and I was looking down on myself, and I've got goosebumps now talking about it. I haven't talked about this before, actually. I was looking down on myself, and I looked down and thought, oh my God, I look so old, so withered, so burnt out. So, and looking down on myself, it was like, I needed to make a change. I needed to wake up. It was like this out of body experience was making me wake up. And I didn't believe that it was happening at the time. So I actually said, if this is actually happening, turn the light on and turn it off. And the light flicked on and off.
Right? I love it.
And I've got goosebumps again. And that was the day I left. So it was
wow.
And I actually haven't spoken about that before.
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's so great.
And it was just, but looking down on myself and looking at my physical body, and I looked like 100 years old, you know, and I had to make a choice. I had to make a change, and it was almost like, you know, being shaken into it, you know.
Yeah, I love it.
You know? Yeah, so
I love it, and I love it when our guests come on the show and they tell a story, a woo-woo that they actually hadn't told before. That's awesome. And Michaela, who we just read for before, says, I heard my brother before he actually passed. He was with me out of his body for a few hours. I told family I couldn't get him back in his body. I ended up wandering hospital and ended outside theatre room as he died. It took me 18 months to get my head around. I felt been mad last few years, awakened. Okay, so I think what Michaela's saying there is that you know, she had one of those experiences where before her brother passed, he was actually with her.
Yeah, well, it's the same with my mum. I remember hearing my mum call out to me when she passed. I was home and we just got back from, you know, and she was in a coma and that. And I heard her, like, it was like, what? This is before I was doing any of this, even though I was always knew stuff. I always blocked it. And I heard her call me and I freaked out. I was outside and with my puppy dog and I just went inside, and then I got a call that she passed. So, like, on her way through.
I love it. Yeah. There's too many stories. There's too many experiences, you know, that we've had personally and that we know others have had too, for there not to be something, somewhere, someone, somehow. Definitely. And Bailey, you just read for Bailey before. She said, "Oh, I'm a witch."
Yay!
And I've just started the card reading business. I'm claircognizant and I'm really living my truth.
Excellent.
Oh, yippee. Okay, let's see. Now, study more of numerology. Thank you. Oh, that's great, Catherine. Lovely. Well, I'm having, for some reason, this has never happened before. Normally, I'm a moderator on Spiritual Events Directory. I'm normally just responding as Spiritual Events Directory, but tonight it's not working for me. I don't know what to do about that. So, never mind. I'm going to just look for, you need to pick a number, ladies, between 1 and 100, and we will check our very special secret board, and we will, you go from there. And Bailey said, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Did she know about the person that, has anyone passed?
No, she hasn't said anything.
Okay, that's cool.
Yet, or she might have done. We can check back.
No, that's all right.
Later.
We'll check later. Yeah.
Leisha, 11 and 56 have been coming up a lot for me lately. So if we go 5 plus 6 is 11, and 1 plus 1 equals 2. And we've got on the secret board, that's an access bars clearing. So Margie might feel into you or draw something about where you're at energetically and give you a reading from there, Leisha. And while she's doing it's actually Leisha, L-E-I-S-H-A, Leisha. And while Margie's doing that, actually, I did a little, what is today, what is the personal day number today for Sunday, Easter Sunday? Happy Easter to everybody. It's the 12th today, 1 plus 2 equals 3. It's the universal year 4. To find the universal month for April, we add, April is a fourth number, a four month. 4 plus 4 equals 8. That means April is a personal month, number 8. So we take the day of 3, add it to the universal personal month 8. We come out with 11, which is 2. So today is actually a number 2 day, everybody out there. And I put, what's up about the day, what's really, proactive and positive. Sensitivity, romance, compassion, togetherness. And, but what's down about the day is probably togetherness. Feeling maybe stifled, overwhelmed, trapped. Sensitivity can be terrific for what we're doing, in the session here tonight. But then it can easily become, I think we've actually mentioned this a few times in the session already, it can actually become, easily hurt. It can become touchy and triggered. So if that's happening, you're in the right space. And if you're in the positive, that's good and great. But as the girls have said, the best thing about, if you're in the downside of that number 2 is to come back to the present, and to breathe. Hey, Karina. And I think breathing's also a part of the embodiment care package.
Yeah, absolutely. 10 deep breaths before you eat will take you out of that fight-flight response, will help you assimilate nutrients, will help you improve your metabolism. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Excellent. All right, go Margie.
Okay, so as I check into the energy of the body, I've gone to the right shoulder, around this sort of collarbone area, or around near the collarbone area, and it just feels really heavy and feels a bit tight, and also a little bit of this sadness, there's some heaviness around here. So I'm just going to do a bit of a clearing, as I move my hands, I'll do my best to clear. It just feels like it's, I don't know if there's like a knife kind of, it's like a real weird energy. So anywhere that you are feeling stifled, anywhere that you have heaviness, anywhere that you are actually got everything on your shoulders and you don't know where to turn, let's uncreate and destroy all that times a gazillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, or 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Alicia, anything that you are holding on to that is making you just this sadness and just uncertainty, do your best to move your body and throw it down to the earth. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't know, is there a shoulder issue? Is there something going on here? Has it come on all of a sudden? Just answer it. I'm just going with what this energy is. So I just want to sort of clear it as much as I can. But anywhere that you are not creating, usually a pain in the body can also mean you're not creating, and creating could mean just authentically speaking. Creating could mean just, cleaning, doing anything to move that body, instead of sort of sitting down and being stifled, and anywhere that you've got that heaviness and everything is all your fault, or anything that everyone's blamed you for, or anything that you feel that you've got to fix, let's uncreate, destroy all that times a gazillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, or 9 shorts, boys and beyond.
Love it. And getting back, just to give you that feedback, getting back to Bailey, no one has passed around me, but I have always had a guide with me, and I've really been communicating with them. On the other hand, I've really gotten in touch with my matron, Goddess Aphrodite.
Okay.
Alicia Hall in my left shoulder. Yes, it's been a bit sore.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Wonderful.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, well, as I said, I can't reply as much as I would like to. So, ladies, for those of you out there, I guess I'll just say that if you do want, we might even just do some body readings. Pick a number between 1 and 100, and we will see what comes off the board for you with that. Or you know what, tell us what's hurting. If you've got a body part that's hurting at the moment, I've got a naturopath here, I've got an alchemist healer, and even through the modality of numerology, I can also do body readings and body healing. So you know what, tell us what hurts. If we don't get to you within the hour, we can always come back in and give you a couple of comments there too. I've also got some bonus cards, so if you want a bonus message, you can type bonus. And again, I might even take a photo of those and pop that into the comments later. So, Margie and Karina and their embodiment care package, both of their communities, the links are in this post. So I want you to join their community, message them. For me and the numerology, a couple of you put your birthday details in the comments. I'm happy to come back later and do a little past life reading. And if you want to message me personally, one of the ladies in the comments has asked that question as well. You can find me at Michelle Scott on air on Facebook, or you can find me in our wellness community. I'm pretty sure I popped the link for that in there as well. So, ladies, let's have a little look-see to see who else is. It's absolutely wonderful. Oh, we had 33 live online with us then. I love that number.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Oh,
I shouldn't just say ladies, shouldn't I? Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we have had a raving fan joining us the last couple of weeks. A male raving fan is not here tonight. Johnny. Remember, was he on when you ladies were on last time?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All right, now, my mum, Therese. Did we do one for Teresa? Teresa. My mum was spiritual. She knew what was inside the house before she saw it. She read tea leaves and dreams. permissions, heard spirits singing in one family home, hadn't been lived in for years, had a lot of spiritual presence. She shared a lot with me when I was young. She passed in 1989. Amazing. So we'll do a little reading for you, Trees, because you did ask. What did you say? Let's, Trees, she did ask for a reading before. I'm not sure what number she used. Trees. Hi from New Zealand. Yeah, we're all in lockdown. Okay. Yeah. Trees. How do I PM my birth date? I've given that number. She was born on the 3rd. So 3 is a herbal medicine reading for Trees.
Okay, here we go, Therese. Okay, Therese. The herbal card is wild yam, and so wild yam is usually used for menopause. It's usually used for hormonal issues, and it's usually for transitioning in life. So it's all about wisdom. Wild yam is a tonic I love to use in all my menopause tonics. So I add it alongside, black cohosh and so on. But it is also an abundance card. So it's all about, as we transition through, it's not over, it's not the end, it's actually the beginning. So, it's about abundance, not only financially, but also in love and everything that brings you joy. So, if you can find the tea, I would recommend that you have the tea. It's estrogenic, it's quite nice. And yeah, just take care of your ovaries, your uterus, or your feminine. It's all about, being in your feminine and accepting, all the stages of that femininity. So yeah, so it's wild yam for you.
Wow, love it. Okay, well, I definitely can't comment, so I'll just have to read them out, ladies. I don't know what's going on there. I've got some little gremlin, I guess. I've got some little, I've got an attachment, Margie. Do you want to clear?
You've got a little techie issue, have you?
I think I've got a little techie gremlin.
A little entity, because it's funny, because there's a lot, it's like it's weird. There's like, they're lining up around here. So and when you sort of went like menopause, I thought, who's getting the hot flushes out there? And then you pulled the menopause card and went, oh, well, there you go. So,
wow.
So Julie, Michelle, Julie Lady Smith, she wants number 64.
Excellent. So 6 + 4 is 10 and 1 + 0 is 1. So that's going to be the divine feminine. Why don't you pull a card for her, Margie?
Oh, sorry. I'm too busy fattening myself. So
who was it for, Karina?
It's for Julie Letty. I can tell you the numbers if you want. I can see them all here.
Great.
Okay,
lovely.
So Julie.
She has right knee sharp pain.
I was about to say, is there a knee issue? Now she's like, whoa. Okay.
Lovely.
Okay, so knee issues is about learning to be a bit more, it's okay to move forward, stop standing still. And the right knee, it's about that, you stop giving so much of yourself as well. And the thing is, it's about nurturing yourself. It's about being a little bit more gentle with you. Don't leave yourself on the back burner. Stop the procrastination. If there's any procrastination, it's now time to stop. There's also something about, I don't know, it's like a move. I know we're in isolation, but that doesn't mean we can't move as in, moving into another premises. That is still allowed, isn't it? I'm pretty sure there's some kind of move coming up in the next couple of months. But that knee issue, it's something that you can actually use and put your hand on your knee, and it's say, if you can remember this, cellular POC turn. So what happens is then what the cells do, they return to what it was like before you created the issue, as in however it was created. So cellular POC turn, just rub your hands together. Don't think about it, and cellular POC turn, and then ask your body or to show you the way of how this can stay healed. And then what happens is certain situations and possibilities and opportunities then actually show up for you, and then you can choose. But always listen to your vehicle. The knee has gotten stifled and pain because you keep pushing things aside. You stop doing stuff for you. You procrastinate is all I keep hearing. So, oh, I could do that, I'll do it later, or I don't have the funds, or I've got to do this first. I don't know if you are looking after people in your life or have, and now it's just that. Right.
It was perfect, Margie, because when I did numerology on the right knee, it came up with 51, 5 + 1 = 6, and 6 is the mother. So
right.
Are you mothering? Are you smothering?
Yeah.
Are you helping, or are you interfering, or are you fixing things that you should be leaving them to fix? Good. And Margie said move, and it was 5 + 1, and I'd written down let go, and number 5 is all about change. And the knee is all about flexibility, and the number 5 is all about being able to flex and flow and let go.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's about really being truthful to you, not to anybody else. Usually, if I've got something that's hurting in the body, I'm always checking in and going, okay, body, is this mine? Somebody else's. If it's somebody else's, I return to sender with consciousness attached. I don't need to find whose, because we're magnets. We pick up other people's stuff. So, it's time to be truthful to you. Truth, your body, show me the way. How can I heal this knee? How can it stay less painful? And what is so painful in your life that you've locked it in, that you can't move forward? Because there is an opportunity here for you to move forward. And if you miss that opportunity, that's okay. There's no right or wrong about it, but there will be another possibility of something different. You've just got to choose.
I love it. So, Karina, that was for Jody, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Julie, wasn't it? Was it Julie?
Was it Jody or Julie? It was
Julie. Julie Smith. Yeah.
Lovely. Excellent. Who else, Karina?
Karen's got 77.
Lovely. 7 + 7 is 14, and 1 + 4 is 5. So you go with the herbal medicine reading for the Karen.
So, hi, Karen. How are you tonight?
I was about to reply, go, good, thanks.
Good, thanks. Me too.
It's interesting, Karen. So what's come up for you is comfrey. So comfrey is actually a herb that's scheduled in Australia. We aren't allowed to use it anymore in our tonics, but comfrey is used in Britain and in a lot of other places to help with pain. So that's really interesting. So it's to help with, all sorts of, joint pain. It also can be used topically for pain and so on. So, it's all this is the repair card, and what is it that you need to repair? So when I look at the card itself, and when I think of comfrey, there are other things that you can be using, obviously, in place of that, like turmeric, things like turmeric. So, again, we're talking about inflammation. Inflammation in the body can be created by, not having enough minerals in your diet. Also, not getting enough sleep, stressing a lot. We use up all of our minerals when we're always anxious and we're not sleeping enough, or we're handle at both ends. So it's all about reducing inflammation, and you can do it with herbs. Like I said, turmeric's probably a really good replacement for that, and lots of magnesium, calcium, those sorts of things will truly help alkalize the body and alkalize the cells to reduce inflammation. But also have a think about the mind, and what are you inflaming to, what are you reacting to, and what's actually going on that you're trying to protect yourself from. So
I love that, Karina. Is there a lot of mindfulness, a lot of mindfulness practice in the embodiment care package?
Yes, there is. Yeah. So there's the body, and then there's the mindfulness stuff as well.
Yeah, the psychology of the body. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right, lovely. Okay, well, who else can you see on your end there, Karina? Because I just seem to be so Karen, oh my God, lol, you don't want to know my pain. Both hips have been, this was Karen, both hips have been replaced, and I have double curvature of the spine, all of it with arthritis, and it's brittle in the middle, but my humour is good. It's as bent as me.
I love it.
Karen's saying that she actually started looking towards herbs for pain, and that she uses turmeric, but she thinks she needs to up it, and that she's not sleeping, and pain keeps her up. So
yeah,
going through.
Is there a man involved if she's not sleeping? Is there something that's mind
going
control
through some mind
or
games with her ex-husband? Yeah,
narcissistic behaviour or something?
yeah. So there's something going on with her ex-husband there. So yeah.
Ooh. Sorry, it's just what I do.
yeah. Okay, Leanne, I'm hoping to receive a message. I chose the number 5 and having some serious life changes in every facet. Okay, the number 5 is also a herbal medicine reading.
Leanne, is that?
Leanne.
Hi, Leanne. How are you?
And if we talk the number 5 just in numerology, you know, and I'm just going to take the number 5 and bring that into a body interpretation. And I would say, Leanne, you know, number 5 can be quite overindulgent. Number 5 is, you know, really about the senses. And number 5 can sometimes be too much in the moment, really, with just wanting instant gratification and not kind of having that. I love what Karina said, and Karina will talk more about this now. Years ago, Karina said to me, not that I follow this all the time, but anyway. But she did say this, and I do love it, and I do try. Eat for how you're going to feel later.
Yeah. So, yeah, make a choice of how you're going to feel after you consume that particular food.
Yes.
Yes, that helped. That really is. Yes. That's why I say ask your body. Is it light for you to have that? Yeah, that's what we talk about also.
We do that in our workshops as well. It's really interesting that you said that for her, because what's come up for her is a meditation card, which is the particular herb for that is skullcap. And skullcap is a herb that's very, very high in magnesium. So it's very, very good for the nervous system. I use skullcap a lot in anxiety, so in anxiety states. And also I use skullcap a lot where there's, you know, pain, like muscular pains, or, you know, uterine contractions, or, you know, anything to do with muscular pain. Skullcap is the go-to. You can actually buy the tea for that as well. But being high in magnesium means that I feel that your nervous system has taken a bit of a bashing, and you need not only to look after your cells through your nutrition and through your tonics and through your minerals and so on, but also to quieten the mind so that it will help support that fight-flight response in the nervous system. I love skullcap. It's still legal in Australia, which is awesome. And it is all about supporting anxiety states. So that's your card.
I love it. Skullcap.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking. It makes sense, though, the actual name. Yes.
Margie, I reckon we'll do one for Jody, because Jody, just do a body reading for Jody. My neck, right-hand side, only started being sore about 3 days ago.
So you've been told to do something that you don't want to do. So you're not being able to be flexible. You're not being able to look at it from a different perspective maybe, and you've reacted to it. So, you know, now I'm doing a body card. Is that right? Am I doing that one?
Let's do it in a cigar.
Yeah, cool. Okay. All right. Shuffling the wrong deck. Okay. Self-sabotage. There you go. So the self-sabotage, and that's what we do. Not being like, the neck is about being able to see things from up, down, left, right, as above, so below, to the right of you, to the left of you. So, you know, if there is a resistance, or if there's a reaction here, is it all yours? Are you actually carrying, are you okay with not being able to do certain things, but is it other people's reactions as well? Or are you not choosing that's for you? Also that sometimes we're not even aware that we're doing self-sabotage. Sometimes we'll just wake up and go, oh, I've slept funny. My neck is kinked, or it's not, you know, it's because of how I slept. Well, then why isn't your body resting how it should be peacefully at night? Where is your mind going before you go to sleep? So what they're telling me to do is that just let go of any restrictions and reactions that aren't yours. Return to sender with consciousness attached. Anything that you know that you may go, body, is this mine? Okay, how can I change it? Ask the questions. Ask your body to show you the way. Stop chattering from the mind, because the mind, your ego, will actually trick you. Will actually say that this is wrong and this is what's going on, when is it really? So there's different types of ways of looking at things. Don't jump at the first reaction, because usually that comes from here. So take those deep breaths, and that neck, that it's like, I can't turn to, what did she say, the left-hand side? It's like, I can't turn this way. I can't turn the, So, you know, so that left-hand part of yourself is, what are you not looking at? What are you not choosing to actually look at, that feminine part of yourself? Are you too masculine in that energy of like a fight and flight response of like, I've got to get everything done. You know, it's all on my head. It's all around me. It's up to me. So it's about really taking those breaths and understand, and don't self-sabotage yourself. Stop picking on you, and talk kindly to yourself, because you are a gift, and it's up to you to choose to do that from a space of knowingness from your body, not from what you've been told that it has to look like.
That's awesome. And when I just do neck, then you know, N is 5, E is 5, and number 5 is very rebellious. Okay. When I counted that across for neck, it came to 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6.
6 areas again. Yeah,
with the judgments, the judgmental, the expectations, the standards, the perfectionism.
The thing is, right now we're going to do that because we could be in isolation and we're not allowed to do much. And
too much.
Yeah, and what happens is that it's about resetting your body, your earth. You know,
that's right.
It's not, you know, it's not just about locking us in because of just the virus. We've asked for peace, we've asked for kindness, we've asked for a better way somewhere along the line, and we've got to have this time to do the deep work now. We've got the space to do it, you know. So seek the assistance, or do some writing, or do something. Don't hold it all in, because that neck, you know, be flexible. Don't sabotage yourself.
And we've got some questions for you, Karina. There's some questions in there about the herbal stuff. So, ladies, you know, in Spiritual Events Directory, we're almost out of time. We might do 1 or 2 more. But, you know, the ladies will come in and answer your questions. So pop them in there. Don't, you know, don't panic. As I said, we try and get around to everybody. This week, I felt like we could almost get around to all of you, because we've got had so many different options there. So if you didn't get a reading, you know, we'll come around. I'll come around. I've got the bonus deck as well. I can pull a card for you from the 108 tiles, and that'll have a little bit of guidance in there for you as well. So great feedback. We've got, I love this here, great conversation, and that was said by
somebody. Apologies, technical difficulties, isolation, can't keep up with everybody being on the computers at the moment.
But anyway, we have had some lovely feedback about the conversation. It certainly is very informative, very interesting, very insightful. These two ladies, as I said, are coming from, you know, both intertwining, you know. I mean, Karina's a naturopath in clinic, but really, Karina, for years, you know, you said to me that your clients could be lying down having a beautiful remedial massage, and you'd be getting messages for them.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, you've grown up, you were attracted to a witch, one of your neighbours when you were growing up. A witch was one of your favourite people to hang out with.
Absolutely. So I've learned all the science, but I use a lot of intuition.
Me too.
Exactly.
When I was in Italy, when I was overseas in Europe, there was very much a lady. Oh, it was amazing story. That's for another time.
That's another time. I've got Karen Baker said, I absolutely love all of you. Thank you so much. I can validate everything. She said she can validate everything. So that is absolutely awesome. Okay. Oh, there it is. And Anik, this is brilliant. Awesome talk, ladies. Okay, we'll do a couple more, and then we will chop off and come back around over the course of the next couple of days. Karina, you might find one quicker than me.
Yeah, let me just have a look.
Sorry, I'm no help. I'll just smile and wave.
And Karen also said, I'm using this time with the virus to start a garden. It's been unbelievable in the pure uplift of the soul. Plus they are growing. Another bonus. First time ever in growing veggies. Nothing beats hands in dirt.
Exactly. I so agree. So agree.
I've been doing that a lot too.
Our earth is so beautiful. Like, it's always been beautiful, but now it's like the vibration of her you can actually hear birds. You can actually see butterflies flying around. I saw lots of dragonflies in the back the other day when I was playing with my doggy.
I've got all the crows visiting me for food.
Yeah, they're funny, aren't they? They're great creatures to actually watch. They're very clever.
Yes,
aren't they?
They are.
Very clever.
How about there's Catherine Saldana, 95, or Salome Mailman, 13.
Beautiful. I'll take both of those. Hold on. Catherine, 95.
Yep. Or Salome Mailman.
Isn't that funny? What was the other one?
Or Salome Mailman is 13.
Okay. Isn't that interesting how we've had double ups, because 95 is 9, it comes to 14, which again comes to 4 + 1 = 5. So we might do that's actually another herbal medicine there for you, Karina.
Keep pumping those cards out, Karina. Go, girl.
So Karina, you do a herbal medicine.
So was that 95?
That was a 95.
Okay, so this is for Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Yes. Catherine Saldana.
Oh, look at you.
I don't know if she's Spanish, but sounds Spanish. Should I do this in Spanish?
Go. Can you?
Well, she's not Spanish. You'll be in trouble.
St. John's wort. So we all know about this particular herb. It's quite popular all over the world. St. John's wort is used for depression mainly. It's also used for inflammation as well, so it crosses over. And it's the communication card. So again, it's like what Margie said to someone else just before. What are you not saying? You know, what are you holding back from saying? But St. John's wort is an amazing herbal tonic. There are precautions to be taken when you are taking St. John's wort. You can't combine it with other medication and so on, but it's all about the mind, and it's all about, you know, the feel-good neurotransmitters and so on. So, you know, the fact that that card's come up for you, what's going on for you mentally, what's clouding your mind, what's making you feel down. And Mark does a lot of this work with everyone. Is it yours? Does it belong to you? Who does it belong to? What is it that's, you know, making you feel so down at the moment? So that's your particular card. It's about identifying if it belongs to you or if it's, you know, what's going on around us at the moment. How are you, you know, how are you embracing it? Are you becoming more creative, or are you actually feeling quite negative about what's going on in our environment? So when you fill your life with creativity, and it doesn't have to be painting and drawing and all of that, it's whatever makes you feel happy and passionate, then fear decimates. So yeah, move towards what you love, and that'll help lift the cloud.
Awesome. And then the last one I was going to do, but I might come back around to that one, because I've got Michele. I thought we had done one for Michele, but perhaps not. Michele has asked that she's going through. Margie, I might give this one to you. You can do this. This could be a body, it could be energy, and it could also be a clearing for Michele. She lost my baby's dad a year before. Both tragically missed knowing them around. Why can't I hear my brother or lost loved ones myself anymore? It's been 2 years. So I'm not sure that we can, well, I'll leave it with Margie, because I know that Margie will absolutely be able to give you some insight from the perspective of your energy and where your energy is at.
Yeah.
So over to Margie.
Okay, so she wants to know why she can't hear him. Is that
for Michele.
Yeah. I'm getting that you were once wild. You used to love being a bit of a wild child, like to have fun and like to get out, and then that's stifled since then. There is this male energy. I don't know if it's your brother, but he was a bit of a wild one, but like you enjoyed each other's company. And the reason why you're probably not hearing him is because you're looking so hard. It doesn't mean he's not around you. And sometimes we just miss those signposts. And if you are not checking in with your body and you have this inkling of like, is that him? And you go, oh no, I need more proof. Sometimes when we're looking for that proof, it's our brain that's telling us we need more proof. Take care of you. Like, it's like I get this real, I don't know, body image of like he used to be wild and have fun, and or I don't know if that's his energy, because there is this male energy around, but I kept getting like lots of hotness before. I didn't know if it was menopausal, but I just felt this burning sensation around my body and my face. So, you know, and that energy, sometimes when it's that male energy, it can also be that menopausal, because we can go into that male energy of ourselves. So, you know, but also I'm getting that, you know, that it's that you are abundant in many ways. You've got to just start to realize that and be that and know that, because he's very much around. So like that's all I can sort of give you, is just get back to that wild child of, you know, wild, not in go overboard, but just really move that body and remember how you used to. You don't have to go back to that, but you still have it. It hasn't gone anywhere, Michele. So you're very much there. So, you know, get more in touch with that body part of yourself, because then you'll find, also whatever you're eating or whatever you're putting in your body, really check that, because then that will stop that mental shit. Sorry, was all that stuff. Whoops, stuff. And you'll get, you know, believe that he's there, because he's there to help you. You talk to him all the time, and it's not like you can hear him so clearly, but there is snippets, and you will. So yeah, but I don't know what the burning is. I don't know what the heatness is, but yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining the session. We've had, there's so much fantastic positive feedback on our video tonight, our show, our video show tonight. You know, lots of lovely ladies talking about how informative and awesome this session has been. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
We need some intro and some outro music, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
And ladies, if you want to connect with these amazing healers, then you need to join their community. The links are on there. Karina, we can find your website. It is infinitehealthpractice.com.au. And Margie is Spiritess.com.au. Beautiful, easy peasy. All right, ladies, the three of us will be in and out over the course of the next hour, just to confirm, affirm, reassure. I will also pull some more cards. And honestly, if you want to get access to the link to really watch these ladies for an hour, all of the tools and tips and techniques, then all you have to do is message them. Okay, and we are done.
Happy Easter.
Bye. Happy Easter.
Be kind.